Kritikaa here, your favorite social media dietitian, coming at you with a Thanksgiving special today featuring the one, the only, Judge Mita. Come out, Judge Mita, everyone's waiting for you. I'm Judge Mita, and this is my show. It's called Judge Mita's World. You're just living in it. For many of us, this huge stretch of time between Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's means more time inside, more sedentary behavior, of course, the consumption of calorie-dense foods, and these holidays that kind of encourage overeating. And then by the time New Year's comes around, a lot of us may feel really guilty and feel like we need to start a new diet or start a new workout routine just to make up for all of the overindulgence around the holidays. There is a balance, and I hope after watching this video, you will be able to learn how to find that in your own life. So without further ado, keep watching for some do's and don'ts before your big Thanksgiving feast. Oh my gosh, this food looks so good. I'm gonna have some of that. Ooh, and that, yep. Ooh, and 5 scoops of the mac and cheese. That is my favorite. It's my cheat day, so it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna eat everything. Yep, everything. Just put everything on my plate. Yeah. Yep, 7 scoops of that. A lot of times we might just eat food because it's there. We see a pizza commercial, all of a sudden we want pizza. We drive by a McDonald's, all of a sudden we want McDonald's. There's no second thought. There's no space between the thought and the action. We see this big Thanksgiving feast and we just want everything just because we see it. It's like the seafood diet. We see it, we want to eat it. Just because it's there, is that a good enough reason for me to eat this food? I think we can be picky and intentional with the foods that we're choosing to put in our body. We can decide for ourselves how do I want to spend my calories? Why would I want to waste my calories on something that I don't even really like? But if we slow down, we ask ourselves what we really want, we're picky with our choices, that might make us feel a lot better and more intentional about the foods that we're picking and putting in our bodies. Wow, there's a lot of food. Let me think about what I really want and what I want to prioritize. I don't really care for mashed potatoes, but I do like mac and cheese, so I'm gonna have a scoop of that. Not sure what that is, but it looks interesting, so I'm just gonna take a small spoon of that. There's still so much food, so I'm gonna really be picky and choose what I really want. Oh my gosh, there's like 10 more things. I'm gonna have to get another plate. And speaking of high sodium foods that, the turkey, the mashed potatoes, the green bean casserole, the mac and cheese, all of that can tend to be super high in sodium. And when we consume foods that are super high in sodium, we retain a lot of water. It makes us feel kind of tired. And over time, a very high sodium diet can contribute to high blood pressure. Now, there's no one food or one meal that's gonna completely do that or completely ruin your health. But knowing that Thanksgiving food tends to be high in sodium, my next tip is to prioritize potassium. Both potassium and magnesium have a role of fluid balance in the body, and the more potassium you eat, the more sodium you excrete. Potassium-rich foods also can increase our bone density and reduce the risk of kidney stones. So what foods have potassium, you ask? It's gonna be mainly plant foods, fruits, vegetables, white beans, specifically white beans and white potatoes. Here's a chart that I made just for you showing you the potassium content of a few high potassium foods. In addition to this, salmon and nuts are also good sources of potassium. I actually just attended a potluck where I brought a really gigantic salad. It was a chickpea quinoa salad with parsley. I actually have the recipe here on my YouTube channel, which I will link above here. But this is also a very high potassium recipe because there's lots of veggies in there. And I'm so glad that people enjoyed it because I knew that was probably gonna be the only vegetables that we were gonna be eating at this potluck. So, all right guys, so here's the plan. We're gonna skip breakfast, we're gonna skip lunch. Basically, don't eat anything until Thanksgiving dinner because we need to save our calories for the big meal. We're not trying to get fat over here, okay? No food for the day. Yeah, Judge Mita, I'm not doing that. I don't believe in skipping meals to save calories for later because it doesn't always work out that way. You don't believe in skipping meals? Suit yourself. You're the one that's gonna be a glutton and gain lots of weight and eat way too many calories. You're the one that's gonna be fat. Okay. Girl, this psycho. What? Nothing. I didn't say anything. Oh, I'm starving. And you? can't believe you're eating right now. Oh my gosh, what a glutton. You clearly have no willpower to wait until dinner. Unlike me, I have all the restraint and willpower in the world because basically I'm the epitome of perfection. I'm just listening to my body judge, Mita. Maybe you should try it. Is it ready? Is it time yet? Come on, guys. Is the mac and cheese ready yet? Just a little taste, please. I know it's not fully cooked yet, but can I just have a little bit? Oh, so this is for the breakfast I missed. Clearly I didn't eat any calories because I have so much willpower. So now I can have 2 plates of this. I'm probably just gonna have 3 plates. Yep. Oh, and dessert? Yes, please. I clearly deserve all these calories because I didn't eat anything all day. So I can eat them all now. You know, I'm not too hungry, so I think I'm good with just 1 plate. This looks great. I'm gonna sit down, eat this mindfully and slowly, and really take my time to enjoy this food. I'm gonna go lay down. So what I'm trying to say here is that when you're ravenous and then you go into a meal and when you see all this food, you're so much more likely to be tempted to make unhealthy food decisions. But when you go in with a gentle hunger, you're not so tempted to make these unhealthy food decisions and you don't feel like scarfing everything down and eating mindlessly. Oh, I'm so full. I feel like shit. The next one is do think about how you want to feel after you're done eating. How do you want to feel after your Thanksgiving meal? Do you want to feel happy and healthy, happy with the food choices that you make, energetic, or do you want to feel sluggish? And this is part of mindful eating. You're being mindful about why you're eating, how you're eating, what you're gonna eat. What you can do is try to make half your plate full of vegetables, and you can even set a timer before going for seconds, because I know sometimes if we eat really fast, we're not giving our body enough time to actually recognize our fullness cues. And we might also benefit from just eating slowly, putting our fork down between bites, because sometimes we're going in for a bite and we're chewing our food and all of a sudden we're going in for the next bite, but we're still chewing that first bite. And that might not make us feel very good if we're eating that fast. My next tip is do limit liquid calories. I think some of us might not realize how much sugar and how many calories are in these types of drinks. Lemonade, for example, with 27 grams of added sugar in 12 ounces. That's what this looks like. This is the amount of added sugars that we're consuming in that tiny drink. And as far as Pepsi, 41 grams of added sugars here in a 12-ounce can. And here's what 41 grams of added sugar looks like. So if you're looking for a sign to stop drinking soda and sugar-sweetened beverages, this is your sign. If you're still watching and you're still here, comment the turkey emoji so I know who's here and who's actually paying attention. I know these days we tend to stray away from talking about calories these days because of the body positive movement and because it's considered such a taboo topic, but I think it's still very important to pay attention to calories if you care about your health, if you care about what you're putting in your body. For those that are actually trying to get healthier, whether you're trying to lose weight, whether you have certain health goals, we should be caring about what we put in our body. We should be caring about calories. We're all given a calorie budget, if you will, a currency that we can spend in the day on however we want. But you know, if we eat way too many calories for a consistent amount of time, if we eat a lot more than we need, then we are gonna gain weight. And if that's not your journey, if that's not what you want, then it is important to pay attention to calories. Alcohol can definitely lower our inhibitions and make us eat a lot more. By the way, I have a video all about how alcohol affects the body, which I will link here for you if you're interested. But sugary beverages and alcohol provide such a concentrated amount of calories that get digested and go through us a lot quicker. So we end up actually being more hungry and eating more. Versus eating your calories, it actually takes longer for your stomach to digest it. For me, if I really don't want water, I always look for like an unsweetened beverage or a 0-calorie beverage to satisfy my craving. I'm gonna pass on the soda because I prefer to eat my calories rather than drink them, but I'm gonna keep drinking water and maybe I'll have a sparkling water later. We have the power to make our health a priority. It sometimes is uncomfortable, it sometimes takes sacrifices, it sometimes takes a little bit discomfort. We might not be able to overindulge and eat everything that we want to and satisfy every single craving if we have health goals. But in the end, it's so worth it because It's for our one and only body that we get. You can enjoy the holidays without harming your body. So I hope that you have a very mindful Thanksgiving, and don't forget to give something good to your body today because you deserve it.
If you found the one, you should never give her up. I think it's the way life changes when in love, yeah. I surround my soul with the positivity. That's why I don't worry about the things that I don't see, yeah. These days I don't worry about much. I think we should have some more.